it, man.
I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Hey, yeah. Hey, almost. There we go. Hey, welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. You're now tuned in to Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I'm Lamont King. We're now live. Let's go. Let me hit refresh. I don't know if y'all was hearing the music. I'm gonna see. Hold on. Refresh. Reload site. Yes. Back at it. Good to see y'all. We about 30 people in Rising right now. Keep it moving. I like it. While you're in here, hit the thumbs up button, for that means that you like it. The algorithms can kick in. They be like, oh, that's what's up. And turn on the notifications and share it. Share it one time. That's all I can do. Share it. So people know, oh, you watching that? Yeah, I'm watching it too. Share it. Something like a podcast for you newcomers. Appreciate y'all for joining the show. Something that we do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. East Coast time. And we're broadcasting live from the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios inside Tiny Closet Studios.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.
Appreciate you, Lord Jamar. One time for the one time. Drunken Fruit, man. We got some interesting pairings going on for the month. That's what they're doing. We got some interesting pairings. Champagne is the special right now. Champagne rosé paired with strawberry Drunken Fruit. That is the current pairing. For more information, hit them with an email. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the DMV area, hit me with an email. I might have something for you. We still got trinkets, duo compilations, and other stuff on hand. All of them, matter of fact, cheat code. Everything on your screen is available right now in the DMV area. Hit me up for prices and situationals, if you will. I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it at that. All right, we are 100% viewer supported by viewers like you. And the only way you can do that, well, one of the ways you can do that is to hit us up on the Cash App. Let's Go Live Show. Let's Go Live Show. That's the new Cash App. Money's going towards production costs, internet, streaming platform, phone lines. We got a lot of operational situations going on, and you too can be a part of it. And the Patreon, if you just want the content, subscribe to the content. Exclusive interviews, and you get the footage first. The shows get uploaded there first. So there's that. How y'all feeling? It's Wednesday, man. What's good with you? Slow news day? What they talking about out here? Oh, yeah? They're going back to school, huh? Okay. You say what now? Wait a minute. Executive Mind State, they send us back in the bill. Oh, they sent, yeah. We pick a day. We'll talk about that. We'll get your get your talking points together, a cutie pie, and we'll bring you on here to talk about going back to school. I saw that recently, state of Maryland, PG County, and some other counties. It was like, all right, F it. You're going back. We opening up. What you gonna do about it? So let's talk about it. And hey, Deborah, can you so here's something funny, and you said it before I could say it. So Deborah says, hey, your girl is freezing here in Houston. No power since Monday. How you watching the show? I was going to hit up my cousin, man. He live in God brother. He live in Dallas. We've been going back and forth. He's something like a prepper. And I was gonna try to get him on the show, but I was like, I don't want to be insensitive. Like, how will he be able to get on the show? And then Deborah just gave me the answer. Some people is finding a way. So I appreciate you for even tuning in. I would love to hear about it. Here's our number right here. Among other things that we're gonna be talking about today, Mr. Clarkson, Studio G, is going to be joining us in a momentarily. But I would love to hear it. 765 Let's Go 1. 765 Let's Go 1. If you're in the Southwest and you're dealing with the storm and the power outages, we need some boots on the ground perspective. So it's a lot of it that we're being told, and there's a whole bunch they leaving out. So trying to figure it out. So if you can, you're on your tablet. Okay. Yeah. If you can give us a call in or join the show visually. I don't know what's the best way for your current situation. If you're in the Southwest right now, what's going on in Vegas? Haynes, what it look like in Vegas? Y'all got snow? All right. So while we're waiting on that, the money wheel question. Yes. So let me show y'all something. So I've updated the money wheel. Of course, it ends Thursday night. We're running through Thursday night. We're taking donations for the money wheel specifically through Thursday night. Where it at? Oh, where it go at? Oh, here we go. The wheel of names. The Let's Go Live. Where the money resides, money wheel. Let's give the current update real quick before we continue in the show. Boop, boop. All right, so here's the scenario. Currently, these are the names on the wheel. And this is based on donations that were given up last Friday through today. So currently, Lee has 10 spaces on the board. Lee Ricks, Teron got 3. Deborah got 1. James Wright got 1. And Haynes got 4. Let me tell you a little bit about Haynes. So I don't know. He was a little off on his construction math. So the slots are $2 a piece. So he sent in 5. Not trying to get in his pocket, but 5 gets you 2 slots. Because 5 ain't divisible by 2. Okay, so you're either $1 over or $1 short. So there's that. You got 2 slots on there. The slots are $2 right now. $2. They will be going up in the future. These are just some test runs to see the feedback, see if y'all really like this program. And we split it 50-50 on Friday. It's a 50-50 raffle. Let's give an example. This is a test run, ladies and gentlemen. This is not real. The names on the wheel are real, but this spin is not for money. Let's go. This is an example of how it will go on a live show. Bring your peoples. Okay, hotter than a mofo sauce. So in the future, these are some of the prizes we're gonna be giving away. J. Anthony Brown has his own hot sauce, so we're gonna do that. All right, one more spin, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Got a phone call. Stand by. Again, we would see. Oh, wait. Yeah, Lee would have won. Lee would have won. So that's how that's going. So that's currently a live look at your Let's Go Live money wheel. That's what it look like. All right, let's go to the phone. Welcome to the program. Oh, man, I got to call you back. Yeah, I can't wait 10 seconds. Oh, that was Haynes. Impatient somebody. Yo.
Hello?
What up? What's good with you?
Is this where the funny resides?
It's where the funny resides. Champ, how you feel, Haynes?
I'm good, man. What's up with you?
Ain't too much, man. What is looking like that? Y'all get the snow out there too in Vegas, or is that too far west?
No, it'll snow every once in a while. It's a nice brisk 55 right now, not a cloud in the sky. But be advised, there is a pollen advisory until Thursday morning.
Oh,
So
man,
all those,
that's dramatic.
yeah.
A pollen advisor. Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. That's what we're doing out here. That's what we're going through out here.
Okay, a pollen advisor. I don't even know.
Watch up. Be massive.
Yes.
That's a triple mass situation.
Yeah, you gotta wash your eyes out. You gotta wash your eyes out.
Yeah. Get your Claritin D. I just called up to let you know, keep that little loose dollar for yourself.
Okay, big timer. We'll do that. We'll put that.
You've been doing a good job.
Put that right back in the pot.
Put that in that little pocket. Put that in the little pocket in the jeans, so you'll find that later, in the laundry, and have a nice little surprise for yourself.
Got it. I appreciate you, man.
What I want for you.
All right, be safe.
All right, man.
Funny, my man Haynes in Vegas. All right, let's go to Deborah, Little Rock, Arkansas. Welcome to the program. What's good with you? Let's go live. Hey, Deb. Can you transforming? Like, I know, yeah. So I don't know. I know what type of issues y'all dealing with. Can you hear? Can you? Oh man, I want to hear what you got to say, but unfortunately, I'm not underwater.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
Okay, there we go. What'd you do? You did something.
I took the earring off.
Oh, it was the earring. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So talk about it. Where you currently? You're in Little Rock, and y'all dealing with the ice, the snow, and the power outages as well.
No, that's just not Little. I didn't change. I'm in Houston.
Oh man, you. Oh, I was looking at what the screen said. Okay, so you're in Houston. So you in it. You in it.
I'm in it. Been in it since Monday at 9:44 a.m.
Been in it since Monday at what 44? Oh man, you really breaking up. So
I am.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Be still, Deborah.
I am.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot when I the perception. I will.
Oh man, I wish I could hear you because this sounds like a real dramatic situation, but we can't really make out what you're saying. Are you safe?
Safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got food. How you eating?
For that, I'm eating sandwiches.
Oh, you eating sandwiches? Okay. All right. And you got blankets on. You got a robe on. Like you warm. Man. Okay. Yeah. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna try that a little bit later. That's unfortunate. Hey, yeah, Dad. We're gonna try to get you on a little bit later in the program, so we can hear what you're saying. Because I couldn't, nothing. I don't know if it was me, if it was you. Hey, that's terrible. End of the Bench podcast said, how's Megatron doing? She was transforming. It did sound like that. That's where there you go. That's testimonial right there. That's what it's like. That's what's happening down there in the Southwest. So we can keep them in our thoughts, prayers, and all that. No G's. John Watson says there's no G's in Houston. All right, a couple things we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna move on for right now. Anyway, I wanted to continue the conversation from Monday about the NBA, because since Monday, it's what I like doing every other day now. I kind of like it. Since then, we were talking about where we closed off on Monday. We were talking about Blake Griffin and the scenario. I showed the video of him when he got to Detroit, and he was unhappy with his departure from the Clippers. And he was first time the Clippers owner seen him doing a shoot around before a game. They tried to go up, shake hands or whatever. It's an old video. I said a couple years ago, but anyway, it's old. I don't know how old. So he tried to shake his hand, and Blake just ran off the court. And I wanted to know, this generation, man, sees things a lot differently than previous. And is that or is that not professional, right? And which goes into a much larger conversation that's actually being played out right now, where we saw Draymond Green speak on about the league and how it treats its players. Conversation that comes up every couple of years, and then they really start getting into that. I'm really feeling Draymond right now. I was not a fan, but he said about three things in press conferences after games that really was like, okay, cuz kind of eloquent. He know how to make a good point. Very intelligent, smart dude. Surprisingly, I only say surprisingly not because he's a pro ball player, but because of some of the shit he does on the court. But professional. So 765. Let's go one. All right, let's go back. Let's back up the story. So in this bench says it's 2 years old. Okay. Let's go back. And Mr. Clarkson, jump in at any time. If you can. I know you're busy. I know you saving the kids or whatever. All right, so this is where we were the other day. Because we're also going to talk about Judas and the Black Messiah. All right, this is where we were the other day. And I just thought it was funny. But it made me think. All right, here we go. I just thought it was funny. But it kind of made me think about, you know, what do we... Let's take a look.
Clippers owner Steve Ballmer was waiting for Blake to finish with some early warm-ups.
Gotta be quicker than that.
All Steve wanted to say was hello. Blake said goodbye. Now there's a chance that perhaps he didn't see him. Steve says, what are you going to do?
Oh, no, he's seen him.
Clippers owner Steve Ballmer was waiting for Blake to finish with some early warm-ups. Clippers owner...
All right, so here we go. Conversation. Here's the question of the day. QOTD. Is that professional or non-professional? Now, all of us on the sideline can scrutinize. We can judge, we can condemn, and all of that. But we don't know what it's like to be paid millions of dollars to play a game, to have your life in the public eye, to deal with these billionaires while you're making millions. Like there's some layers of stress that we're just unfamiliar with. There's some layers of people management that we're unfamiliar with. So we can judge on the outside looking in. We don't know what that does to a person. With these, you hear one day trying to raise your family, trying to seal your legacy, trying to sign a contract, get somebody to be loyal to you. They begging you to be loyal to them, and then you do it, and then they get rid of you. You know, we got to think when we working for people, we have a different outlook. Like I wouldn't do that on my job. That's disrespectful. You don't burn bridges. You know, all the stuff we grew up. You don't burn bridges. You never know when you're going to have to come back and blah, 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 blah. But in these scenarios, man, these players are really starting to see the leverage that they have and the power and influence, and they had an upper hand. So is it unprofessional, or is you did me dirty? I'm not going to acknowledge you. Like we take that attitude in the street, and we teach our kids stand up for yourself and blah, blah, blah. But then we look at, you know, this situation and be like, oh, that was unprofessional. How? Why? What made it unprofessional? Was what they did to him unprofessional? So this was our conversation Monday, you and I. 765, let's go one. Jump in with your opinion. So then here's what happens in the NBA. Tuesday, Draymond Green, after a game, there's an issue currently going on where Andre Drummond, I think it's Drummond, wants out of Cleveland, and the organization is dragging him through the mud. So the comparison was made between Andre Drummond and James Harden wanting out of Houston. So let's take a listen. The conversation is about 3 minutes long, but I got a minute and a half for you so you can, I think there's ample time for you to formulate your opinion. But listen to Draymond. He was hitting on some, you know, he was hitting on some things, and I can appreciate it, especially during Black History Month. I love when people start shit during Black History Month, because that means you really you're intentional. You have purpose. All right.
Drummond before the game, sit on the sideline, then go to the back, and then come out in street clothes because the team is going to trade him. It's bullshit. Because when James Harden asked for a trade, and no one's going to fight back that James was dogging his last days in Houston. But he was castrated for wanting to go to a different team, and everybody destroyed that man. And yet a team can come out and say, oh, we want to trade a guy, and then that guy is to go sit. And if he doesn't stay professional, then he's a cancer, and he's not good in someone's locker room, and he's the issue. Because as a player, you're the worst person in the world when you want a different situation. But a team can say they're trading you, and that man is to stay in shape. He is to stay professional, and if not, his career is on the line. At some point, this league has to protect the players from embarrassment like that. Anthony Davis got fined, I think, $100,000 or something like that for demanding a trade publicly. But you can say Andre Drummond is getting traded publicly, and we're looking to trade him publicly, and he's to stay professional and just deal with it. But then when Kyrie Irving say, "Oh, my mental health is off," everybody go crazy about that too. Do you not think that affects someone mentally? At some point, the players must be respected in these situations, and it's ridiculous, and I'm sick of seeing it. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all tomorrow or Wednesday.
Wait a minute, 2 more. All right, 1 more. So actually I'll close the conversation with that. There's really it's no more. There's nothing left to debate. He really he put a bow on that one, tied it up, put a bow on it, and shoved it up their ass. That's real. And I'm glad players in this era, in this generation, are really coming into understanding what type of power and what type of voice they have. Not comparing it to any other era. I'm just proud of them for doing it, and good to see them doing it. Now, his rival, LeBron James, on-court rival, off-court, apparently recently they are best friends, stood up for him last night and was like, yo, after the game, they asked LeBron what he thought about Draymond's comments about Drummond. LeBron was like, hey, man, he's spot on. He's right on. And it's nothing more to be said. That's what LeBron said. Wait, let me find that, because there's another sidebar I want to take from that, and then I'm gonna bring in my guy. I want y'all to hear this real quick. I thought this was funny while I was watching it. There was comments on Draymond. Y'all got to see this real quick. Stand by. It's a live show. Don't trip. All right, with a video. Y'all gotta hear this, because I was up watching this last night and I was just laughing. Where it go at? Oh, come on, Beto, do we like that? Y'all got it. All right, I'm gonna look for that. Let me bring in. Wait a minute. I might have it. Where is that? Y'all gotta see it, because it's not gonna be funny. Oh, here we go. I got it. It's not gonna be funny until you see it. And it's not just funny to me. It's funny to you too. All right, I got it. Stand by. So this is LeBron last night talking about Draymond's comments from the night before. And what I want you to pay attention to is not what he said. Listen to how he said. It's something up with these rich professional types. All right, here you go. This is LeBron last night.
Oh, you posted about it. What Draymond said last night about kind of the narratives that can surround a player.
I'm going somewhere with this.
Wants to trade versus an organization who decides they're going to protect an asset by not playing him. Kind of the differences between those two things. I'm curious, like, what's the solution in something like, in a situation like this? Is it just better understanding from the public, or I mean, how do we get to a more equitable place between ownership and players when it comes to narratives like that?
Okay. Listen to LeBron.
I don't know. I don't want to get into it right now. I mean, I have so many thoughts about it, but I want to be very strategic on, how my word is said. So I don't want to really jump into it much right now, but it's the narrative of what the league has always been. And, from a team's perspective, they control the narrative. They've controlled the narrative of how players should be, how they should act, how they should, treat their organization.
Right, let's go back.
They've controlled the narrative. From a team.
Let's take a listen to big word LeBron.
The narrative. They've controlled the narrative of how players should be, how they should act, how they should, treat their organization. And if things don't go their way, they have a way of getting out the narrative.
All right, so yeah, I may not appreciate it, but because you probably can't remember the last time you heard LeBron talk, but I'm like, where is this little British accent coming from? Like, what? You from Akron, fam? That's not your voice. I was listening to Kanye on Joe Rogan. I don't know if you saw the Kanye, the recent one on Joe. I was like, where do y'all get in front of these people and y'all code switch like that? You're on TV every night. Talk regular, fam. That ain't Akron. It's like the league has always been control of the narrative. I was like, what? That ain't you, fam. Stop it. Knock it off. You can't really hear it. Doesn't really translate well. But anyway, it's a great interview. He's a skillful question answerer. There's probably none better in pro sports right now than LeBron. He really, put the nail in the heart in that one yesterday. But check that one out. All right, moving on. Let's move on. Stop that share. Moving on. All right, welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. For a limited time, because he's working on theses and lesson plans and all that. Please welcome down the hall in Studio G, Mr. Clarkson. What's the good word?
What's going on, good brother? How's everything?
Oh man, living and learning, man.
Love it, man.
Was Blake unprofessional, or was that deserved?
Oh, it's deserved. It's definitely deserved, because they didn't tell him what was going down, and that man just bought a house. You can be honest. Yeah. You know, it's okay for bosses to be honest with their employees. You be honest with them when you say we honestly need more out of you. Yeah. We honestly need you to do more for the company. Be honest with me if you say, hey man, I need to move you due to cap reasons. I think he's well deserving of that.
And just put the franchise tag on him at the time and be like, oh no, we with it. We with you in the long term, bub. And then 7 months later, you out of there, middle of the season.
Yeah, they realized that they bought a Porsche that only had one gear. Like my major knock on Blake has been Blake has never developed a signature move that would stand the test of time when his athleticism disappeared. That's why though I'm a huge Zion Williams fan, I'm cheering for him, hoping that he learned the lessons of Larry Johnson and Blake Griffin.
Because he's like the exact same prototype.
Like at 6'6", he's every bit the size of Charles Barkley. But Charles Barkley became more of a skilled player throughout the time, especially if you think about his stop in Phoenix, where he won the league MVP, and rightfully so. Can Zion basically make sure he doesn't become the next Blake, and Blake became the next Larry Johnson? Right.
Because that's body style, body type, game style, everything is right there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It's all cool to be jumping out the gym, but when you in league, year 8, year 9, knees.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. It's funny because I got a chance to see him play live right before he got traded at the Staples Center, Blake, and we were courtside, and we were so close. This is where it gets dumb. True story. We were so close. First of all, we snuck down there. It was my birthday weekend. We walked in. It was a Sunday matinee game. They wasn't,
and rightfully so.
And we just went down. $9 tickets, and we ended up courtside. I was so close. I really, you watch TV and it's a different vantage point. I was so close. I couldn't even tell it was him. I didn't realize it was him. And I say that to say he was handling the rock and crossing people up. And I was up close, and I'm reacting to the crowd. I was like, whoa, hit him with the left to right. I was like, who was that? And the basket stanchion was in the way or whatever. And it was like Blake Griffin. And I was like, oh, okay. So he had started working on that move that you're saying, or a move. It was too little, too late.
Yeah.
And he was like, they had got rid of Jamal Crawford. Chris Paul was gone. And he was literally in that game doing everything. He was bringing the ball up the court. He was throwing alley-oops to himself. I mean, he literally was one-on-one, backing him down. He was coaching. He called a timeout one time. It was crazy, but too little, too late. So, yeah.
Yeah. He's not a point guard. I mean, he can maybe go somewhere, but who's going to pick up that $32 million?
Yeah.
That's an issue. Yeah. For what exactly?
Right. All right. Something funny, real quick, that you sent a couple weeks ago. I need you to explain this experience at Chick-fil-A with the new presentation, the new remote learning, the remote customer service at Chick-fil-A.
Yo, okay.
Amazing. Hold on, here's a picture. I got the picture right here. Remote customer service. I need you to explain this. What in all of the hell is going on in this photo right here?
So what Chick-fil-A has decided to do is say, listen, you don't want to come to work due to COVID. We still need someone to take these shifts. So we gonna make sure that you got a computer, your Wi-Fi good. You can take an order and still say "my pleasure" from your home. and and I was like, yo, this is it's a little uncomfortable for me, but I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride. So then, of course, I had to do my scene breakdown. This is my scene breakdown of it. My scene breakdown of she could be a high school student, college student, single mother. If she has to manage childcare, how do you manage childcare? And my back. Yeah, how do you manage childcare?
No, you was there. I was just on. I was zooming in. I was like,
you zooming in.
Huh?
Yeah, how do you manage childcare and a blue collar job? So she checked the box. She's got a red shirt on. She's still saying "my pleasure." She's doing her part. She gave accurate orders.
I don't know.
I'm here for it.
I don't know if single parent. I can't see that. Just the Mormon nature of the establishment. I don't know if they're going for that. I don't think they're going for that.
I don't think it's any of Chick-fil-A's business. I don't think that's business.
It's always their business. That's why they close on Sundays, because your beliefs is their business.
Your beliefs are my pleasure.
Yeah, there it is. Your beliefs are my pleasure. But this is interesting, though. I don't know if this is lazy or innovative. Like, just give me the robot. Just give me the robot.
You know what it is? I think it's innovative. You know why? Because they're showing grace. If I'm a truth be told, the book that the founder of Chick-fil-A wrote, I read that book. It is a brilliant book about customer service and how to get the best out of people without being bossy or rude or anything else. It's very much so, I would say, the equivalent of the art of war.
Okay.
And it's very wise. It's very wise. Even to the fact of that, if you own a Chick-fil-A, you have to work inside the Chick-fil-A for 3 to 4 years so that you can understand how this thing works before you really start making the big bucks, so to say. Yeah. So I think this shows grace. They're like, we're understanding that we're asking you to work in a potentially dangerous environment. You may have a medical condition, but and that gets heightened because of COVID. We didn't fire you. You have Wi-Fi. We need you to just do your shift. Keep it classy, San Diego. We'll pay you.
But true. Oh no, I'll take all that. But like McDonald's, man, right before COVID, they rolled out, maybe about 2 years ago, they rolled out those whole locations with nobody in it. You know what I'm saying? Give me the robot, the little touch screen. Let me do it. I mean, you might as well, if you in the crib, you know what I'm saying? I'm all seeing your background and your ugly ceiling fan and all that. You at the crib, and give me the robot.
I think it's gonna be 1.0. I think that they'll, make sure that she got a nice digital background in the future. They're setting something up for later on down the line. But
give me the Chick-fil-A hologram. Give me that hologram. You know what I'm saying?
Have her just come out there in that hologram in the rain, and let me get my nuggets and everything else. Yeah, I'm for it. I think it's a good PR move for Chick-fil-A too. Very wise.
All right, now let's get to it.
All right.
Let's see. Let me pull this picture up. All right, so you got a chance to. I got a chance this weekend to see Judas and the Black Messiah.
Aha.
One of the greatest. Where's that? Let's put this picture in. Absolutely amazing movie.
Yep.
Amazing.
I hope you didn't fall for it though.
Okay. So let's have it. Let's get right into it. What did I miss? What did I fall for?
You ready for it?
Yeah.
I want you to look at the poster.
Oh, okay.
Look at the poster?
Yeah.
What if I told you that this isn't a biopic on Fred Hampton? This is a murder mystery starring O'Neill. That this is a Trojan horse of a movie. Okay. It talks about the Black Panther Party that's in the background, but really what this is about is the depths that the FBI would go to destroy Hampton. it's not Hampton's movie. It's O'Neill's movie.
I give you that.
Right, because I watched it a third time and I said, I'm missing something. I feel like I'm being tricked, but I don't know how I'm being tricked. And what I realized was that the writers and directors are very deliberate in making sure that they told this as a story of betrayal. And they really tried to humanize him and make you as a viewer feel sympathy for him. It was really well done. It's a very, very solid picture.
Okay. All right. All of those, I'm processing. All of those are valid. While I'm processing, let me throw this at you.
Sure.
If it's not that, it doesn't get made.
No. It is because it's made like a murder mystery.
No, what I'm saying is, if not for the point that you're making,
right, correct.
The Fred Hampton movie does not get made.
And that's why it did get made. It got made because it's not a Fred Hampton film.
Right. But I'm not mad at that. I'm not all the way mad at that.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not all the way. When you say Trojan horse, I was like, oh, what did they get something in on me smooth, or did they try to? But it's definitely the story of Bill O'Neill.
Right. It's very much so they're using Fred Hampton, where they really use Bill O'Neill as a Trojan horse to reveal all of the misconceptions of the Black Panther Party, which I think is very, very smart. And I think that sometimes, and I mean, we've talked about this before, that inside of the African American community, we misteach the Black Panther Party all the time. We only teach them as being militant, where we really need to talk about how they are geniuses at political pedagogy, which makes them so great.
Right. Now let me tell you my takeaways. So
let's go.
That perspective, I can receive that. I think my issue was because it was so cinematic, because it was so dark, and because it was so dramatic, if you will, and such a heavy and a dark story. I feel like they left a lot out.
Had to.
Like even, I mean, little stuff like, all right, so being familiar with the story, like I always compare these type of movies to Spike Lee, Malcolm X. He put everything in, and there was still a ton of stuff that he couldn't even get to. Right? Because that story was so, Fred Hampton, in a little bit of time, he did a lot. They tried to hit those beats that you might have been familiar with, but in the explanation of things, I think a lot was missing. So what did he go to jail for in the movie?
When the movie goes to jail for ice cream, that's the story that they tell you.
What about it?
That he
stole
your
ice cream, $70.
Right. You're asking me, and I'm like, I know the answer.
Right, but I'm saying in the movie though, it wasn't really flushed out that he was receiving donations and they wanted a paper trail and they were trying to trip him up. They didn't really give you that. They implied and inferred, I feel like, too much for you can do a movie on Martin King, right?
Sure.
And we'll put our director's hats on, right?
Sure.
All right, Martin, I want you to pick up the phone and say, who is it? And then hang up real fast. And then somebody in the room, Andy, I want you to be like, who is that, Coretta? And Martin, I want you to be like, no. And then end scene, right? So you, the viewer, you're familiar with that story. You knew he was having dalliances. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You can infer that, and watching a movie, you can do that. Nobody really knows the Fred Hampton story. So you can't put little guess what really happens and little implicit and little inferences in there. You can't do that in that type of movie. And you'd be like, well, what, how did, well, what, I don't understand. Well, where they go at, and how the man get to the place where he went to the thing. And you can't do that with that movie, with that story.
And this is my hot take. And well, as a teacher, as an educator, I want to be selfish with movies like this and show them to students as a walking guide. Judas and the Black Messiah does not allow you to do that because of the problem that you just pointed out, which is that it's missing these things. Where Malcolm X and Selma are very deliberate of step by step.
Yeah.
Judas and the Black Messiah circumvent some things, I think, to make sure that this movie still gets made. Now, the great thing about it is that, of course, Fred Hampton Jr., Fred Hampton Jr.'s mother, they signed off on the film because it is a really, really smart film. But
not bad at all. One of the biopics. Yeah, one of the great biopics. But I feel like in the very beginning, they're so focused on let's nail down this character portrayal. Let's make sure was David no, what's his name? Daniel. Let's make sure Kaluuya is believable as. So they open with that, but they don't give you who, what, why, where Fred Hampton. They don't give you what is his motivation, what drives him, what incident give me as a director, give me the time when he was a kid when the white man looked at him funny when he went to the store. Like, give me that little joint, and then later when he comes in the room, oh, I know where the anger comes from. Oh, I know where the passion comes from. He just came in with the voice, and they want to make sure that I, as a British actor, sound like Fred Hampton and the revolutionary. And you can't kill the revolution, but you can't kill the revolutionary, and all. Like, he watched the tapes, but that's all you get.
Right.
You don't
know and that's why I say it's O'Neill's story more than it's Fred Hampton's story, because we have a very clear understanding of what O'Neill's why is. Even to the fact that when they meet up with the Crowns, why were they looking at you like that? Well, there was a time they get replayed on his why, where they don't do it with Fred Hampton. And I think that's the problem with the movie. Well, it is. For me, it's problematic because I always want to make sure that the Black Panthers are shown in a positive light, which they are not. And that's a problem. Like, if you walk up to and I hate to say this, your average Black person and say, talk to me about the Black Panthers, they'll only kind of sit in, they are militant and they ain't take no stuff.
Right.
Okay, that's cool, but what else? Like, talk to me about the fact of, the free food program. Talk to me about the fact of them understanding about the 504 IEPs and creating an educational platform for students that had disabilities, rent referral, like all these things. But I don't know.
Don't just have it as background.
Right.
Like, it was background, and if you swift, you'll pick up and be like, oh man, that's the thing where I seen where they was feeding the kids and da da da. Not necessarily like, and to their credit, if they had been deliberate about it, I might still be critical, just because I don't even like those types of movies. But you know what I'm saying? So it's a 22 when it's like, we are feeding the children because no one else will. You know what I'm saying? Then I'd have hated that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I still think there's some more historical context, and having an understanding of the Black Panthers, like you said, I think would have been a little bit more important. Even if you did a little, like it was all inferred. It was creatively done. Like when Hoover, spoiler alert, when J. Edgar Hoover laid the pictures down.
Sure, when J. Edna.
Yeah, J. Edna. Yeah, when
I'm sorry.
He laid the pictures down and kind of gave a one-liner based on each of the people in the picture. If you were not familiar, if you don't know about Watts, 1965, Bunchy Carter, and UCLA, and us, and Eldridge Cleaver, if you don't know the math behind that scene is just gonna go right over your head. So I felt like
I was one of my former students watched it and basically was like, I need some help. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Let's get on the Zoom. Let's talk about it. As soon as I pop up on the Zoom, it's 10 of my former students that are all in college. And they're like, we need help. Like, we know this. What's the problem with this movie? Because we're not fully informed. And I have to realize that that's how this generation receives a lot of information, and this biopic missed on that. It may not have been the full intent of this picture to do all of that. I just wish that, and you're absolutely right, they did it a little bit more so that we could understand all these moving pieces of who the Black Panthers are and who Fred Hampton is.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's go live. Welcome back, Haynes. Welcome back to the program. What's good?
Thank you for taking my call. I saw the movie last night, so it's fresh in the head, and I don't have a deep detail of Fred Hampton, who he was. I do have some superficial knowledge of the Black Panthers and Fred Hampton's story. But in the movie, to me, and this is my question to you guys, because I got the feeling like in the movie when all the Panthers was kind of busting at the police and they was getting taken out, that they weren't doing it like on a self-defense type of thing. They were doing it from an offensive perspective. That's what I got from the movie. And I just wanted to know if you guys felt like that too, or if I'm off on that. That was it.
All right. I appreciate the call.
That's a solid question, and it goes directly into what we were talking about earlier. If we would have had the background knowledge that the picture should have, the film should have done, we would have known why they took that offensive position because of things that had happened previously, especially with that location in California and Los Angeles and so on and so on. So Haynes is absolutely right, because if you don't have that background knowledge, you're thinking it feeds right back into that narrative of, oh, they just pop it off on the police. Yeah. No. They took a position because they knew what time it was.
And even with that shootout, though, I was familiar with that part of the story, but I was like, damn, I know it happened like that. Like, because it was like, we about to leave. Oh, nah, we about to start shooting. You know what I'm saying? It was like, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. And that's because we both write, we know that you have to play for sense and sensibility for the levels of things. Like things can't jump from 1 to 100.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Things have to build naturally. I often sometimes feel like this film was written too quickly. This is a film where I wouldn't have minded if it was 3 hours like Malcolm X. Take your time. Just take your time. It's COVID. We ain't got nowhere to go but to get educated. Take your time. But I felt like maybe that was the play to make sure that they didn't talk too much and talk themselves out of not getting this done, because it would have exposed a lot of stuff.
Right. And to that similar point, American Skin. I have not seen it, but I heard it didn't end the way you think it would end. And
okay.
So you got to be like, oh, I wonder why. Because if it ends the way you think it would end, an American Skin, it probably doesn't get made.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I put this in that basket. It's like, if you make Fred Hampton too much of a hero, and it doesn't necessarily, it may not get green lit.
Yeah.
And I saw the credits, the Lucas brothers, these twins who do stand up, very heady, very small comics or whatever. They were co-writers. I saw Coogler was a producer. So the look and feel of it was clutch. Like it was great. It was great. Like, we're only scrutinizing from a standpoint of people who are familiar with the story. But the movie, if you have not seen it, watch it with the fam. It's a fam joint. Watch it with the kids, because this is that person that is not going to get a mention for Black History Month book reports. Not going to get it.
No, they're going to be very much so drive through, sped through.
Yeah,
because we don't know how to handle them. I often put the Black Panthers in general, Marcus Garvey, and really the real life and times of El Hajj Malik. And I'm being very careful here by saying El Hajj Malik, not Malcolm X.
Right.
Don't get discussed properly, because I think that in education, we don't know how to handle that.
Right.
Like, we want to villainize them, and it's like, no, they're bigger than this. And we're actually doing them a disservice, a huge disservice.
And this would be my last scrutinizing point, but I think one part that could have got more time was the rallying of the coalition that he was forming.
Yes,
that's the hallmark of Fred Hampton. That's the part of the story that makes him so unique. Is that in Chicago at that time, what he literally was doing as a 20-year-old was he got the gangs unified, and they showed this. They spent time on that. He got the gangs in Chicago on the same page. the Mexican gangs, and the poor whites.
Right.
Which as much as history as I've read, you don't hear that having been done before or since by anybody on the level that he did. Going to the poor whites and saying, hey, listen, man, this government don't give a damn about y'all neither.
Yeah.
They got y'all heads in too. You might as well get with us. And then the poor whites actually said in Chicago, in the state of Illinois, saying, nah, you're right. You're right. Let's get down, fam, together. At 20.
I'm saying
like,
this much.
I feel like that part is a whole movie in and of itself.
That alone would be an amazing documentary.
Yeah.
Like I would just, if the heavens have done it, if the heavens have done us a solid, it'd be great to go back and talk to all of these people and say, what was that conversation like with you and Fred Hampton when you said I'm in? Especially considering the way of the world right now. I think it's FDR or Woodrow Wilson who says that you can always make sure to get white folks vote if you can convince them that you will make sure they have $1 more than the poorest of blacks. Even if that statement is not true.
Right. And we've seen that, I mean, in the last few cycles. That's the motivation behind Trumpism. Yeah. Like ain't nothing trickling down, but long as you're in a position where you can have your neck or your knee on the neck of black folks, literally and figuratively, then you think shit's sweet. You think it's good. You know what I mean?
It's a very, very good movie. Very, very good movie. I'm save time for rolling real quick. I'm always going to talk about this person, the life and times of Curt Flood. What Draymond Green is speaking about is literally the life and times of Curt Flood. And I've mentioned him here before on the program, but he's the father of free agency. If there is no Curt Flood, then all these athletes can't go from point A to point B. He was the one that fought for the rights of athletes to go and to have no trade clauses, trade buyouts, and everything else. This man was hated so much so that he had to leave the country and open up a bar in Spain. His wife, who was a very recognizable actress, a woman by the name of, come on, Clarkson, Judy Pace. Pace. She was a very, very high-profile actress. Soon as Curt Flood cut the food, she couldn't get no work no more. He died at the age of 59 from basically an illness he had contracted in Spain 2 days before his 60th birthday. We stand, the sports that we watch today, we stand on the back of Curt Flood, or the shoulders of Curt Flood, and we should really thank him for that.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Mr. Clarkson. And we'll get you on next week. We're going to talk about the return to classes in this area, to return to the classroom for educators. So that should be
happy birthday, Huey P. And of course, I love the fact that someone died on your birthday. Awesome.
Wait a minute, who's who? Oh, I missed that. I didn't even wait a minute. Whose birthday is today? Is Huey P. Newton's today?
It's Huey P. Newton's birthday today.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. I see. I just put it together. Yeah, no, that gets no mention.
No mention.
Yeah, at all. All right. I'm in lieu of, let's go to history in a minute.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, history in a minute. Let's go to the latest installment of history in a minute.
Why do we always seem to lose the TV remote? No, seriously, why do we always lose it? I mean, it seems like no matter what, you think that you put it one place, but it winds up being missing just like that. Why are we always losing these things?
And no matter where you look, you just can't seem to find your television remote. Ooh, you find this. Listen, don't judge my methods. You all have a method of how to find things. You want to look in the freezer. Nice.
Why we always lose the remote is because the man who created the remote gets lost in history all the time. But don't worry, in this edition of History in a Minute, we're going to learn more about his life and time.
Dr. Jackson isn't the inventor of the first wireless remote, but he is the inventor of the first programmable remote. Well, why is this important? Glad you asked. The programmable remote allowed us to have programmable VCRs, DVRs, and TiVos. You can even see a lot of his patents inside of the PS5 remote controller. Though he is older in age, he plans to never stop inventing. Listen, everybody's a history question, but only you dictate what the answer is. This has been your history in a minute.
Yeah. There it is. History in a minute. Mr. Clarkson. Outstanding. Wait a minute. Did it start? Oh, there we go. I'm back. Outstanding. History in a minute. Go to Mr. Clarkson Loves History on Instagram to see all the episodes for this Negro History Week. And in case you missed it, there's been another episode of Tiny Kitchen. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, that was totally anticlimactic. I was supposed to have it up by the time y'all got back. I need some music for that drop too. Anyway, in the latest episode of Tiny Kitchen, brought to you by Tiny Closet Studios, we take a look at an amazing lobster bisque recipe that I whipped up for Valentine's evening. Tiny Kitchen, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it.
All right, Tiny Kitchen, Tiny DIY, do it your fucking self, man. I love lobster biscuit, but Valentine's Day. All right, Tiny Kitchen, Tiny DIY, do it your fucking self, man. I love lobster biscuit, but Valentine's Day, I wasn't really trying to go out and be in no crowded restaurants. So I made it at the crib. All right, started out with 5 cups of water, get the splashing in there, you know what I'm saying? And today's unlucky volunteers, Clarence and Marco, they cool as shit, but you know, it had to be what it was. And so Clarence, he was like, oh, man, I lived a good life, let's get it. Marco, he wasn't with the shit, so he put up a fight to the very end. Still twitching till the heat kicked on. It was humane, you know, in some countries, but let's move forward. The recipe said when they red, they dead. So that's what time it is, pull them on out, and now it's time to get the crack.
Pop off then.
All right, so you got to get all the meat out. As they said, pull all the meat out, pull your meat out, the knuckles, the hands, the guts, the tail, cut all that out. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a seafood stock. You're going to make a homemade broth. Look at the size of that tail. Make sure you get all the meats out, you know what I mean? No meats left behind, because it's going to be in your broth. Now pull the shells back in the pot, get that bitch to boiling. Let it steam for a minute. Now you work on the biscuit. They said add the holy trinity. That's carrots, celery, onions. Put a little tarragon. The tarragon leaf for the day? Yeah, tarragon. And put that thyme in. Today I got time. Then you stir that joint up. You make it real good. Throw chicken bouillon, cool, Cubanese pepper. Then you stir that joint up. Put some tomato paste in there. And add some sherry wine. And you stir that joint up. All right, then you add your homemade seafood stock. And guess what? Stir that joint up. All right, get it to a boil for about 30 minutes. All right, now you're ready to switch pots. Man, you need a bigger pot. We got a new cookware. I ain't trying to scratch it. Put some heavy cream in there. Cash rules, everything around. Beat that joint up with the immersion blender. Add your chunks of meat. Beat that joint up with the immersion blender. And you stir that joint up. Voila, nigga, voila. Lobster biscuit, Tiny DIY, Tiny Kitchen, do it your fucking self.
All right, there it is, folks. There it is. All right, that's been your show. That has been your show. Thank you for participating. And thank you for tuning into the latest of Tiny Kitchen, Tiny DIY. All right, on behalf of everybody that made this show possible, Mr. Clarkson for the jump in with the Studio G and all of that. Our New York Bureau Chief, John Watson, who will be back at it with us on Friday for All Fun and Games. Tune in 6 p.m. this Friday. And everybody else. And Deborah, I hope you get your situation situated. And I hope y'all pull through, man. We all keeping you in our thoughts or whatever. You got sandwiches. We're hoping that lasts. And we're hoping you warm and safe and sound, everybody in the Southwest. And Haynes, thanks for calling in the show. As always, where the money resides, let's go live Money Wheel this Friday. The pot is up to, let me say this. Let me pull this up before I leave. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. It's a live show. Don't trip. Go to my notes. So the Money Wheel is up. This week's Money Wheel, because the kitty was reset. The last 2 winners put the money back into the pot. And then some other people, 56 carried a 1, 76 13, 76 plus 30. What's 76 plus 13? It's 89, ladies and gentlemen. 89, 50, 50. If you want to give to the raffle, donate to the show. We're doing it live on the air. No show is doing anything like this. So let's go live. In the notes, you can say, all right, put this much on the show, keep the lights and the phones running and the internet up and keep our G's up, and then put this much on the money wheel, because each $2 donation gets your name on a slot. And this is how to get you a slot on the wheel. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So $2, get your name on the slot. That's what it looks like. So that's what we're doing Friday. And Roland Martin, we are actually over time, man. And we get billed by the minute. So we're going to have to get you next time. But other than that, man, y'all be safe. Enjoy your Wednesday evening and your Thursday. We can do something with that money before Friday. I don't know what that means. And y'all be safe, man. And we'll see y'all in a minute. That's it. Hey.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad efficient.